Bill come to me at the Opry one night, and he said there's a fellow here wants to try out for the banjo picking. Fellow by the name of Earl Scruggs. I said, well, as far as I'm concerned, he can leave it in the case.
Well, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the house that never sleeps. I mean, it does not ever sleep here. You want to sleep here, you want to sleep, here's not the place to be. How y'all doing, man? This is the today's April 1st, April Fool's Day, in fact, 2022. It's 6:30 p.m. and I just got out of the shower a little bit ago. Before we get into this, let me say thank you to every one of you that see this video that's still here on Patreon I'm talking about. I'm going to try to make 2 videos today. This one for you guys on Patreon, and then another one for YouTube, because I haven't been putting many out on YouTube or Patreon at all lately. So I want to say a big special thank you to you guys that are watching this video here on Patreon. Thank you so much, man. I know I haven't been putting content up, you know, like I should lately. I can't do it. I'm hardly here long enough to take a shower and maybe a nap. And, you know, it's been crazy. And I swear, man, I thank you guys from my heart for keeping it here. We're going to get through this. We're going to get past it. And things will become somewhat normal again. I just don't know when. This coming Wednesday, let's see, that'll be April the 6th, will make my daughter 8 weeks in ICU, in the hospital and in ICU. 8 weeks of this, man. In ICU, in the hospital. They took her off the ventilator. I don't know if I told you guys or not. I haven't been online much. They took her off of it, and they did a tracheostomy on her. They cut into your throat right here and install a thing. She still has to have oxygen. Probably going to have it the rest of her life. She's still on a feeding tube. But she did okay coming off the ventilator. And she's doing okay on the trachea thing. As well as can be expected, I guess. Right now they want to send her, first they have to get her well enough to send her to a special rehab place where she'll have to learn to talk again. She has to learn to eat and drink again. And all the things you have to learn when you have one of these things installed. And there's none in this state, you know, not a facility in this state that does that. They're talking about sending her to Virginia or PA or Ohio, one of the surrounding states. They all have it, when you know West Virginia does not. So, you know, it's probably going to be months, man. Literally months before she gets to come home, assuming she gets well enough to be sent to one of those places and gets rehabilitated. It'll be months if all that works out. She's not out of the woods yet by a long ways, man. Oh, and yeah, and if you are one that donated on her GoFundMe thing I set up, thank you so graciously, man. Whether you gave $1 or $100, some of you give ungodly amounts. I was really shocked to see how much some people gave on there. But whether it was 1,000 or 100 or $1, thank you for it from the heart. I mean that. I love you guys. You are special people. And I've always said that, and I still say it, and I mean it. You guys are special people, man. You're like family, and I try to keep you up to date on everything that's going on. I hadn't had a chance to get on there lately. Came in today, I thought, this is already April. I need to get this video up. I really need to do another one for YouTube, and I probably will do that today, because it looks like that's the only day I'm going to have here to do it. I haven't been working on many guitars. I've got a few here. I've been working on each one of them every time I'm here and got a little bit of time. I work on each one of those and do it a little bit farther, you know, to get them done. In fact, I got one ready to go. I got to mail that out in the morning. Well, let's see, this is Friday. No, I'm going to keep it till Monday. It's done, but I'm going to keep it till Monday morning. I always like to ship on Mondays. You know, if you mail, I always said, if you mail like on a Monday, it's a lesser chance your guitar is going to be stuck in the back of some mail truck over a weekend. You know, they park them trucks. Some of them's indoors, some of them's parked out in the parking lot. But you know, in the summertime it gets hot and the humidity's really bad and stuff. In the wintertime it's freezing cold and dry. You want your instrument to save lesser time in the back of that truck as you can, you know. To me, it's not a good idea to mail a guitar on a Thursday or Friday, because no matter where it's gone, it's probably going to spend the weekend in the back of a truck somewhere. So I always try to avoid that. Anyways, back on the daughter. Well, that was all I was going to tell you, I think. They got her on a feeding tube. She has an 8 for, wow, I don't know how long, over a month. Since she's 8 or drank anything. I got to get a drink. I'm dry, man. I'm dried out. Still sipping that apple juice, baby. I love that stuff. Wow. Drink too much of it, really. They got her on a feeding tube, and you know, that's not like sitting down to a meal, man, and eating and tasting food, you know, and swallowing food. That's what she's got to learn to do again with that thing in her throat. I didn't know it changed anything where you had to be rehabilitated to learn how to talk and eat and drink and swallow again. I didn't know that. I told the doctor the other day, I said, man, maybe you want to turn that feeding tube down a little bit. She's gaining weight, big time. You would think she'd be losing weight. She's not losing weight, she's gaining weight. But she looks good, looks a lot better. And says she doesn't hurt much anywhere. And, you know, for the most part, says she feels pretty good. But, you know, it's got to be miserable, man. Laying in bed all the time, hooked up to all this shit, hooked up to you 24/7 for coming up on 2 months now. Like I say, Wednesday, April the 6th, will be 8 weeks. She's been in the hospital in ICU. She's got that, I think they call it MRSA. I call it MRSA disease in her lungs. I guess that's something you have to treat, but you never really get rid of it, from what I understand. And it's highly contagious, from what I understand. So I don't know how we're going to work around that. But right now, hold on. These damn new cigarettes won't stay lit, man. Right now, they're just trying to get her well enough so they can send her to one of these rehab places, and then God only knows how long she'll be in there. Assuming, you know, she gets better. I might stick a picture up here of her. I don't know. I'll decide that when I edit this video and render it. I might put a picture of her right here. So, yeah, she's put some weight on, and that's been her life for the past almost 8 weeks now. So that's about all I can tell you on her. Her oxygen, blood oxygen content, you know, they like for that to be in the upper 90s. That's where they prefer everyone's be, or even 100%. If she does the least thing, they get her up and move her from her bed to a chair and let her sit up 3 or 4 hours every day. But that process, moving from the bed to the chair, her blood oxygen drops down into the low 80s. You know, she can't breathe. Not getting enough oxygen in. It's like, you know, like you can't breathe fast enough. It's like you've been running up the road. I work out every day, 7 days a week. Every day I do it. It takes me 45 minutes to an hour. Every single day. And when I get my heart rate up and my breathing capacity swelled up, I can check my oxygen, and it almost always is on 100%. That's good, considering how many of these I've smoked. and at the things that I've smoked over my lifetime. Especially for my age too. That's good. But that's what keeps it there, you know. Me doing that little exercises every day. I'll just do, you know, anything you can do to get your heart rate up and your breathing up, it's going to help you. You know what I mean? That's what I keep telling my daughter. I said, you're laying there in bed, work your legs, work your arms, work everything you can. Get your oxygen to drop. And, you know, a little bit at a time, build that up. I don't know if actually does it or not, but I always told my mom, I said, you know, you're sitting around watching TV or not doing anything, or even if you are doing anything, take deep breaths, suck in as much air as your lungs will hold. And do that 8 or 10 times, you know, every time you think of it, or, you know, frequently. I don't know why every time I make these videos, I'm hoarse, man. I guess it's better than being cow. But it will. Seriously, that'll help you. Especially when you get, you know, up around my age or older. But it'll help you if you're young, too. It just stretches your lungs out. Your lung capacity increases. And you'll be able to breathe better when you go doing anything strenuous outside or whatever. I haven't been doing much outside. I've been doing a whole lot of that right there. Not a whole lot, but, you know, every time I can. I got my glove right here. It is. I've just been wearing one glove on the right hand. I'm not even wearing one on this hand. Haven't even tried it yet. Well, yeah, I did try it. But my left hand bothers me on the banjo more than I thought it did. I thought at first it wasn't going to bother me or be an issue. But it is. It's quite a lot. I mean, I can still play, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just like I can't get my hand to move right. Like this hand is without the glove. But practice is coming along on the banjo. I'm still working on it. I'm going to eventually post some stuff with it, and you can see, you know, what I've accomplished. Because I could not play at all, man, for the last 33, 34 years. I physically and mentally could not play the banjo anymore. I tried. I mean, I tried hard, and I couldn't do it. I used to sit in here and practice. Oh, well, right up to when I quit, I was practicing like 12 hours, 14 hours a day, 18 hours a day, some days. But every day I would practice. And I was getting worse, man. They didn't know what focal dystonia was back then. Didn't even know it existed. All I knew was something was wrong with my hands, you know. So I quit. I just quit. Said piss on it, laid it down. And I didn't play any music for I don't know how many years. I kind of started picking a guitar up now and then, strumming on it, and got into that. Got off on that. But in December of 2021, I thought, I'm going to try these gloves, and I ordered 3 pairs of them. One of you guys, was someone from YouTube, I don't know if you're on here on Patreon or not, several people from YouTube told me, get the fingertip cut out, gloves with fingertips cut out, try it. And I seen other people with focal dystonia did that, and they were able to play again, and I thought, man, the glove ain't going to make any difference, you know. But finally I broke down and bought a pair, 3 pair. Couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe it. If you have trouble with your hands, especially when it comes to playing music, you owe it to yourself to try a pair of these, man. Or you maybe be like me and only need one. I may eventually come around to wearing both of them, but for, you know, up till now I've only been using the right hand one. They have, I told you all this before, but I'll tell you again. In the palm of the glove, let me get it where you can see it. There's the thumb. In the palm of the glove, they have rubber strips, okay? I assume that's to help you grab things and hold on to them. It's not good for sliding up and down the neck. But I figured out, if you turn the gloves inside out, then you wear the left glove on the right hand and the right glove on the left hand, then you don't have that rubber shit, you know, to stick on the back of the neck. But like I say, I haven't worked up to using the left-handed one yet. I may eventually. I don't know yet. But if you have trouble with your hands, man, especially when it comes to playing music, You need to try those gloves out. Now, I don't know about, working on guitars or doing other things. I always take them off when I'm not playing music. Someone on YouTube asked me, why are you not wearing the gloves? Well, I do wear them every day, but I take them off when I'm not playing because I'm afraid if I wear them all the time, they'll stop working when I play music, you know what I mean? And I've come too far now to risk that. Playing any instrument, you have good days and bad ones. I still have bad ones, plenty bad on the banjo. You can't make up 33 or 34 years of not practicing. You're not going to make that up in 2 or 3 months or 6 months or even a year. I will never be the player I was. I know that. I realize that now. I'll never be able to play like I used to be able to play. Of course, I'm a lot older now. Well, I'm twice as old. Really. See what I mean? I wonder what they put in cigarettes. They call them fire safe cigarettes. You can find it on the pack. FSC. That means fire safe cigarette. But I wonder what they're putting in these things, man. I wonder what we're smoking to make them go out like that. Is it a chemical or is it something they put in the tobacco? What is it exactly? Whatever it is, if you smoke, you're smoking it. Whatever it is. I don't know, man. I bought a machine. It's a little hand roller thing. And rolled my own cigarettes for years. We'd buy these big bags of tobacco. I don't even remember the name of any of it now. Can't remember. But I started rolling my own cigarettes. My wife smokes and she started rolling cigarettes and my son started rolling his own. I think he might still be rolling his own. It, got to kind of be a pain in the ass, roll a pack of cigarettes a day. Pretty much a pack a day is what I smoked. So that's what I had to roll. It's kind of a pain in the ass, so I switched off of that, started buying them again. A lot of people ask me what I smoke. I smoke Wings, Reds, 100s. They're the cheapest, for one thing, and they're a pretty good smoke for, to be so cheap compared to, like a pack of these. Get the light glare off of it. These are like $7 a pack now, man. I only buy a pack of those occasionally. I like to smoke those when I get all gummed up, and can't breathe. Those menthol, they always did help me, but I wouldn't want to smoke them, full time like I do these here. I know I can nail that. What do we got? 17? Wow, I didn't know. 18 minutes almost. Anyways, that's what's going on at the house. That's everything I can think of to tell you that's going on. Daughter's doing okay, but she's not doing okay too, you know what I mean? It could be a whole lot better, let's put it that way. She's got a long road ahead of her, man. I mean, wow, if they don't get her off of that feeding tube, she ain't going to be able to get up and walk. Well, she can't now. Her blood oxygen content drops too much, too fast. I mean, that's just getting out of the bed and walking over to a chair. The chair's right beside the bed, just getting up and sitting in the chair. And she's out of breath, because of that lung disease, I guess. But like I told her, I said, you got to build that up. You got to work to build that back. That's what I've been doing for years, man. Every day, I hardly ever miss a day of working out and exercising like that. Like I say, it takes 45 minutes to an hour. Every single day, I'll lay that time aside. I'm going to do my exercises on that day, at that time, every day. And I have to make myself do it. A lot of days you think, I don't feel good, maybe I skip today. But no, unless I'm physically not able to do it, I'm going to do it every day until I die, or as long as I can, as long as I can keep doing it. It helps you. I think it helps your lung capacity, your breathing. It keeps your heart strong. It does a lot of good things for you. And if you don't do it, I suggest you start, man. Thank you all, man. I appreciate every one of you that's watching this video. You'll see another one probably about the same time. I want to make it today for YouTube. But you guys will see it too before YouTube sees it. And in fact, thanks for watching. I love you guys, and I appreciate you, every one of you. Thank you from my heart, from the house that never sleeps, to each one of you. Thank you, and God bless, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.